Hi, I hope everyone is having a good week. And I'm having a better week now that I have one less group and 2 hours more in my schedule for individual therapy or for doing documentation. So I feel like my load is lighter, and I have less exposure to the person up in the recovery center where I do groups whose behavior I find abusive. The head of the recovery center. But this week I wanted to report about mandatory reporting. And so since I had worked in my first internship with seniors, and since we have some people in our recovery center who are potential for elder abuse, so I wanted to also talk about, that kind of mandatory reporting, since we had to be very careful to listen to all the facts about our seniors. And I have heard about definite cases personally of elder abuse, so of my mother and then of her friends. So it's got to be, and it seems like it's quite common, very unfortunately. So in New Jersey, if someone you know is 18 or older, and then if they're the subject of abuse or neglect or exploitation, then you have to contact the Adult Protective Services office. So then they do a thorough investigation of this potentially at-risk adult. And then within 72 hours of your referral, there's a face-to-face meeting with the adult by a trained worker and social worker. So then this meeting decides whether the person is being taken advantage of and if there needs to be action on their behalf. So then a report is made, a written report, and then it's submitted to an APS supervisor, and they consult the social worker and determine if there was neglect, if there was exploitation, if there was abuse. And all the information that is gathered is confidential. So in New Jersey, I'm sure like in your states as well. So I did not look up the statistics for this, but I just for all the people that I know, because that are my mom's age, or in their high 80s, or that I just hear this happening, it really must be rampant. So, but actually I will look up statistics. That is a really good question. So, and for children, as you said, I actually have a client who the school reported her mother, and and frankly, even it's 5 years later, her mother has not forgiven her for telling the truth, to the workers, and for her going into foster care, even though now she's 22, and they had found bed bugs on her when she was at school, and so they brought her in. They discussed it with her, and I guess she had to tell the truth, and her mother knew that she didn't deny the situation, so she went into foster care and then on to other places. But when she visits her birth mother is still angry that she went along with it and agreed to go into foster care, and that her mother's treatment of her was made public. So I was with her. She was so traumatized and abused as a child and all her life because she didn't get reported. This was not reported until she was 17. So she's so delicate, And I was shocked that a part of that would be your healing would include that when you went to see your birth mother, that they would berate you, because you took those steps instead of saying they were sorry or making amends or trying to be better. But of course, that's not really how life is anyway. But I have hope for her. So I'm glad I'm her social worker. So that's my mandatory reporting, and I look forward to reading what you guys wrote this week.